What is up, you guys? Hope these last few days have been awesome for you, same as this new comic that came out yesterday. It's been such a fun read, and again, it tells a whole lot more about the Obi Wan and Anakin dynamic, especially after Qui-Gon's death. In yesterday's video, we see Yoda's concerns about not only Anakin, but mostly about Obi Wan's confidence. It was definitely shaken, to say the least. He didn't believe in himself as a master. Yoda recognized that this would only damage Anakin's progression, and so Yoda suggested that Obi-Wan should take Anakin on his mission to Dalanor in search for an ancient Jedi holocron, and so he did. Obi-Wan and Anakin took off, all thanks to Yoda. We all love him, of course, and he loves, well, it's Destic Yoda, everybody, part of the 2019 collection. Get it while it's still hot. In order to get the merch, check out the link in bio and visit the shop. Now, let's watch Anakin when he heard Obi-Wan was going alone on this mission. He was extremely disappointed, to say the least. He was cooped up in the temple. He had not gotten out of the planet since Qui-Gon's funeral. Imagine that. I mean, Anakin was very bummed out, but thanks to Yoda, Obi-Wan decided to take Anakin on his mission, and the kid was extremely happy. Look at that smile. Obi-Wan was just happy to see him so happy. After all, Master Yoda was the one who suggested it, and, well, he was the smartest Jedi in the Order. Anakin was just smiles all the way. It was nice to see space again. He hadn't seen it in years. He wanted to fly the ship, but not right now, said Obi-Wan. He was thinking to himself, Yoda was right. Anakin should not stay locked up in the temple because, well, Anakin was not like any other Padawan. He wasn't the same as, for example, a young Obi-Wan was, a patient Padawan who was paired with a brash, outspoken master in Qui-Gon. Even if he wanted to, Obi-Wan was not the same type of master as Qui-Gon, who regularly stood up to the council itself. As he was thinking, Anakin called on his master. He wanted to know what was Obi-Wan's life before he was discovered by the Jedi and taken to the Jedi Temple. Well, Obi-Wan couldn't remember anything really. All he knows is that he was very young when he was identified as Force-sensitive and was taken from his homeworld and to the Jedi Temple. Anakin frowned. So then Obi-Wan was a Jedi as long as he remembers. Not quite, said Obi-Wan. He still had to go through all the training that Anakin is going through right now. If he recalls when they first met, Obi-Wan was still relatively young and a Padawan. Yeah, but still, Obi-Wan knew his path from very early on. He was never a slave like Anakin was. Maybe that's why the council didn't want him at first, claiming that Anakin was too old. Obi-Wan started consoling Anakin. The council is right a lot of times, but they are not perfect. There must be a reason the wise Qui-Gon chose Anakin to be his student, same as he did with a young Obi-Wan. Suddenly, Anakin stands in anger. What does that matter? Qui-Gon died, he yelled out. Now Obi-Wan was stuck with a Padawan that he doesn't want. Anakin stormed out in anger. But Anakin, Obi-Wan said, that's not what he meant. The young Padawan didn't even give him a chance to explain. Obi-Wan didn't consider Anakin's grief and sorrow that he was carrying his entire life. At this moment, he was too blunt, and unfortunately, Anakin just snapped. It was not the best way for a Padawan to behave, but it's Anakin. As Obi-Wan said earlier, Anakin would never be a normal Padawan. He was the chosen one. On the next and last episode of this comic series, we get a special look at the first ever Obi-Wan Anakin team up against pirates. This next one will be a juicy one, guys, but until then, thank you so much for watching, and leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and hit that bell to get notified the moment a new video is out, and have an awesome day, my Star Wars friends. Lastly, may the Force be with you always.